the word on the street. This week, I asked people to pronounce a word which describes the entire process of casting the ballot. Is it an electoral process, an electoral process? And there's also the people who get to go through this process. Are they the electorate or the electorate? Let's see what you said.
Imeandikwa electorate.
The word I'm seeing there is electorate.
Electorate. Electorate.
Electorate. Electorate.
Electorate. The word is electorate.
Electoral.
Electoral.
Electro.
Electoral. Electoral.
Electoral.
Well, I've got my lovely KTN notebook with me, and in it is a list of words that I could have been mispronouncing all my life. And to help me with that is Willis, a word master, joining us from Kisumu County. How are you doing, Willis?
I'm doing good, Edith. How are you doing up there?
Well, I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. A little bit of a sore throat, but nothing to worry about. I hope Kisumu is treating you well.
Kisumu is good, and as I always say, cool but warm.
Cool but warm. All right, let's get to the word on the street this evening. It became two words. I had asked people to pronounce this word. Is it electoral, 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 electorate, electorate? What's the proper way to pronounce these words, Willis? Help us.
Edith, we say electorate, and we say electoral. What you'll find commonly in ordinary communication is somebody saying electorate or electoral, or sometimes electorate or electoral. But we say elect, election, electorate, and electoral.
Okay, Willis, I've heard it also said as electoral, so that the roll, it sort of slides off the tongue a little easier. Is that correct as well?
When we come to elision, we should not have haphazard elision. Elision refers to avoiding part of a word when you're pronouncing it. That's what I'm now talking technically. So this word is just pronounced as electorate, electoral. But if somebody says electoral, sometimes you'll realize somebody would even say company, which is not existing. We say company, simple and straight. We say
Willis.
Electorate, electoral.
Willis says it's simple and straight. I don't know about that. Okay, our second word today. You might get that you have a lot of these in your system if you have an infection. Is it bacteria or bacteria?
Most commonly, and that is locally, what you'll hear people pronouncing or talking about is bacteria. But in serious communication, when we're talking about RP, received pronunciation or its approximations, we should say bacteria, teria, not teria. Just like we say hysteria, not hysteria, and criteria, not criteria.
The next one, it's Friday, it's the weekend, and a lot of people will probably go into their favorite entertainment spots to have beverage, beverage. How do you pronounce this word, Willis?
I'll start with what we hear commonly, and that is locally. Most people say beverage. That is not the correct or acceptable pronunciation of the word. You should say beverage, not beverage as we commonly, acquire from learning institutions.
All right, the next word, we say that because Kenya is independent and has its own constitution, is it a sovereign nation? Excuse me, or is it a sovereign nation? This question is coming to us from J.B. Wafula. He doesn't tell us where he's writing to us from, but that's what he wants to know.
Well, J.B. Wafula and other people who are keen on good pronunciations should say sovereign. That is where now we have an elision. Sovereign, a sovereign state. But we talk of sovereignty. Sovereign, not sovereign.
Sovereignty, not sovereignty. Okay. I've run out of words, Willis, and today you've really just said that my English is terrible, so go ahead and give me the surprise word.
My surprise word for tonight, Edith. Most commonly, you'll hear people talking about weren't you, weren't you. That is the short form of were not. People say weren't you because that is what we acquire. But believe you me, and people should get this right, were not is weren't. You were sick. Weren't you? You were sick. Weren't you, not weren't you? Just like we say was not as wasn't, not wasn't as commonly mispronounced. We also say hasn't for has not. The contraction is hasn't, not hasn't, the way some people mistake it. So my surprise word for tonight, weren't. Let's
Weren't.
avoid weren't.
Okay, weren't. I wasn't expecting that, but that's really good. All right, Willis, that's where we wrap up this edition of Mind Your Language. Thank you very much. Today, I'm not too confident in my
and it's always
English.
my pleasure.
All right, thank you very much.
You are always good. I know where the problem lies is that small problem, the medical problem.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Willis. Until next Friday, that was Mind Your Language. See you next time.